My name is Devin Dichu, Technology Editor at Gulf Business. At GITEX this morning we'll be talking to Sayed Hashish, who's a Microsoft GM for UAE, where he will be addressing Microsoft cloud infrastructure in the region and Microsoft strategy in the Middle East.
All right, thank you very much, Sayed, for joining us. This morning we're talking about Microsoft Cloud and Microsoft Cloud infrastructure in this region, UAE specifically. Kind of start with some background information on Microsoft Cloud here, infrastructure here. Where are the data centers? Why did you decide to open here? And then we start from there.
Thank you very much, Dave, for having me. And as you mentioned, I mean, we do have our cloud data centers now in the UAE. It's something that we've been aspiring for many years. With the growth of cloud adoption and the Microsoft cloud footprint across the world, we were always aspiring to have a data center in the Middle East. We've worked on this for the past 5-6 years. And then finally, a few years ago, we got the approval to start having data centers in the Middle East, and the UAE was chosen as the first country to host those data centers. So we have now 2 data centers regions, one in Dubai and the other one is in Abu Dhabi, that covers the country, but also offers those services, cloud services, for the whole world from the UAE. The data centers have gone live in June 2019, so now it's been roughly 17, 18 months since then. And since then we've seen they've had tremendous impact on the whole ecosystem of technology within the country as well as within the region.
Talk a bit about the solutions you're offering from the cloud data centers here.
So we offer the full-fledged Microsoft Cloud, there are three main parts. There's the Microsoft Azure, and the Microsoft Office 365 products, and the Microsoft Dynamics. The Azure covers basically all the infrastructure as a service, applications, platform as a service. We offer through our data centers all the AI components, the IoT components. So it's the full-fledged Microsoft Azure services from the UAE. Office 365 offers the full collaboration platform. So of course, I mean, especially now after the COVID pandemic, Microsoft Teams have become very, very popular as a tool that has helped many sectors in business continuity. So that is part of this as well. And then the other thing is Microsoft Dynamics and Power Platform, which offers business applications to the different industries. So those are the Microsoft Cloud, the full Microsoft Cloud that is offered through the Microsoft data centers in the UAE.
All right. For the average organization, what benefits do they gain with the infrastructure, cloud infrastructure in this region?
Look, I think the benefits are immense, and I can, from an overall competitiveness of any business, I think there is the digital transformation is an imperative that they have to follow, and it was very clear again through the COVID times, but even before that, and I can recall some of the benefits that you will get. One is around the overall cost. Okay, so if you whether it's a small or medium company or an enterprise or a government agency, there is a great cost benefit of moving to the cloud, because you don't have to acquire your own hardware, you don't have to manage that hardware, everything that you get it as a service, and you pay exactly what you need. You don't pay any more or any less than what you need. Then there's the benefit of time, because again, if you need to offer a specific service for your business that will require some compute capabilities, then again you will have to order this hardware. You have to prepare sites. You will have to have teams that manage this. So that takes considerable amount of time. Whereas if you're getting all this as a service through the cloud, then the time is literally can be hours instead of months. And then finally is the latency or the performance of the service, and especially when you talk about some of the services that require high performance computing or that are heavy on compute capabilities, having a data center, a cloud data center in the country drastically reduces the latency and improves the performance of those services. And we've seen Even some of the gaming companies from across the world now have come to set up shop as well in the data centers because they want to be closer to their consumers or to their clients. You see that in every industry. So there's a cost benefit, there's a time benefit, and there's a performance benefit that our customers would see through the data centers. The other area that I wanted to mention as well here, those are specific sectors that benefit when you have a data center in the country. Those are the regulated industries. And here I can talk about financial services industries or healthcare, education, or government services. So those regulated industries by nature have a requirement for data residency of their customers or their citizens to be within the country boundaries. And this is something that is covered through the establishment of those cloud data centers, is that it offers data residency for all our customers in those regulated industries that would allow them to basically progress on their digital transformation journey.
You mentioned this earlier, but in light of what has happened, your timing was perfect. So in the last 8-9 months, what have you seen in terms of your cloud solutions and the kind of acceleration that you've seen in those services?
Look, I think, as you said, I mean, in hindsight, that it seems that the timing of the investments that we made were perfect to support the country during those times, because it has really enabled us to step up and respond in a big way in supporting all the country and the communities that we operate in business continuity, and basically how do they address the challenges that were created by the COVID situation. So through our cloud services, we've been able to support what we call the first responders. So our response to COVID, or our approach to how to address COVID, were in 3 phases. One is what we call the respond, the second was recover, and the third is reimagine. So on the respond is how to help all the vital sectors in the economy to respond to COVID. And this is how we helped, or how we worked with the Ministry of Education to get a massive number of students to shift to online learning or to remote learning in a seamless way. And really, I mean, the work that the Ministry of Education has done specifically here in the UAE is being taught today across Microsoft as a best practice. But then also the healthcare workers, and how you get them to be more efficient and more effective, and reach a much higher number of patients remotely, and being able to assess their situations remotely, and being able to accommodate much more number of patients through the use of technology. The other thing is also vital sectors at those times were including the supply chains for food delivery, for retailers, for logistics and ports and stuff like that. And all this we were able to support them through our local data centers, and to work with them in how do they address the short-term challenges of the COVID. The phase that we're in right now, and is what we call recover, is that how we're helping the economy, again through digital transformation and through cloud services, to restart the economic activity in some of the sectors that were hardly hit. And then the phase that we're moving to hopefully very soon is what we call reimagine, is how do we capitalize on some of the lessons learned and taking some of the positives to reimagine a world with different kind of approach and services when it comes to digital transformation. So this summarizes, let's say, our role and how we leverage those investments in the data center to help the country here in responding to the COVID situation, as well as to capitalize on future opportunities that will be created, because now people are much more open when it comes to the use of technology in addressing business challenges.
In terms of when you're looking at the future, some of these technologies such as AI or blockchain or these emerging technologies will be offered through cloud. So how do you see this kind of sector evolving in terms of those emerging technologies?
Look, I think, I mean, artificial intelligence in general, I think we're just scratching the surface now to what's possible with AI. and even during GITEX, we are showcasing one of the solutions that we have. How do you leverage artificial intelligence for food security, which is a priority for many countries, including the UAE, that was amplified during the pandemic situation. So that, for example, is a good example of an industry that traditionally had very low use of technology, and how today, through the cloud, combining artificial intelligence and IoT, so we have sensors that give you all kinds of data around the soil. You have drones that through computer vision can scan vast amounts of land. To give all this data is uploaded then to the cloud, to the Azure cloud, and gets analyzed through machine learning and AI algorithms, and give the farmers complete visibility on what's the situation with their land, their crops, and if there's any detection of pests that are coming. What's the most? I mean, it helps farmers not only increase the yield of the crops, but also rationalize the use of irrigation water, reduce the use of pesticides, which impacts the environment. So this is one example of AI in an agriculture industry. We have many more examples in the UAE. Here we created what we call the Energy Core, and this is a center that helps the energy sector, basically through the use of artificial intelligence, become more efficient, become more sustainable, and identify new use case scenarios that helps this sector. So in every industry, I can talk for a long time about use case scenarios where AI is proving today to be a competitive advantage for those customers and those industries that embrace it the first.
Finally, what's the roadmap for Microsoft Cloud this week, and Microsoft Cloud infrastructure in kind of general town?
Okay. So look, I mean, we're spending, very strongly on research and development, and innovation is core to everything that we do. And as I mentioned, our Microsoft Cloud today, it's quite holistic in what it covers with the Azure Office 365s and Dynamics. And there's always continuous innovation and continuous new services that are added. So very recently here in the UAE, for example, in our data centers, we added servers, the M series, that would allow our customers that uses SAP to host their SAP on our cloud. We've added more Azure services like Azure Media Services, which helps our customers as well to stream and do new stuff with our Azure. So there is continuous, with almost every day you will find that there is a roadmap that's continuously changing of new products and services. Microsoft Teams in specific, which played a huge role in helping the world combat, or respond to COVID. There's been continuous innovation on Microsoft Teams. There's today the get together mode, which puts people together in one room virtually, but still it helps people in their focus. It helps creating an environment that is as close as it can get to our, to being sitting in the same physical space together. So yeah, I think this is a hard question to answer, because it is a moving target for us. As we launch new services, there's always more to come, and through our Microsoft, portals, you would see, you would see all the services that are in the roadmap and that will be launched as in the next few weeks and months.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dave. Thank you.